All right, brother, we got a lease return going back this week, and it is a pet hair removal. Dogs. She got a few dogs, so got to clean it up. See what we got. Honda Fit.
Look like the tornado gonna go to work.
Got some stains back here. Kind of go through and like walk through and like just people on the camera know like what we.
Not too much pet hair. Not too much pet hair at all. Just some dirt, a little bit of stains, a little bit of scrubbing. Overall, not too bad. Not too bad. I say hour and a half.
What do you think about the materials? The quality of the materials, what would you say?
Not very high quality material, but we worked on these before. I think a couple passes and it'll get the job done. Tornado going to work. Yeah, it's not too bad. We've seen worse.
All right, step number one.
Floor mats come out. All the trash comes out.
If you notice, Kirk Franklin's all day, baby. Kirk Franklin's in here. Kirk Franklin's in this round. Finishing round, we'll switch up. But for the first round, Kirk Franklin's. Mats are in pretty bad condition. A lot of tornador work on this one. A lot of tornador work. What do you think percentage-wise is going to be tornador work, Sal?
Probably about 80%. 80% tornado.
And then the other 20% steam. Mats are pretty beat. We'll have these things looking brand new too. So guys, don't play around. Mask up. You don't want to be breathing this stuff in. You don't know what's in here. You could have animal feces. You could have, if there were cats in here, you could have, you know what I mean? You could have airborne germs, bacteria, who knows? So we both have masks on. We're going to start by tornadoring. I'm going to show you guys, you can get a good amount of this done with the tornador. Look at this. If you have the right technique, with the right technique, you can get a lot of this removed prior to introducing any type of moisture or cleaning agent to the surface itself, which in return will result in a much better clean. So this is going to be a constant rotation of dislodge, vacuum, dislodge, vacuum, dislodge, vacuum before we hit it with any moisture. You can see there's a lot of dust on here. So there's a solid first round. We're not worried about the stains right now. There's a few stains on there. We're not worried about those right now. Right now, all we're doing is dislodging, and after we dislodge, we're vacuuming. So dislodge, vacuum. So what we're doing is we're going through, we're brushing with the Viking brush, we're hitting it with the tornador, loosening it up. Once it gets to the surface, Sal's going in and vacuuming. Very solid first round. Again, we're not touching any plastics, we're not touching any of the seats, we're just working on the floor right now, because this is that impossible carpet, guys. This is that, it's not even carpet, this is lining. As you can see, it's all matted and stuff right here. The pets just kind of tore it up, but again, really good, solid first round. Probably gonna have to do 3 rounds before we do the final round. So good, solid first round. I'm gonna show you guys the front. So So you have a good idea of what it looked like before. So this is the front. It wasn't as bad as the back, but this is what the carpeting looked like prior. And with these materials, these really poor materials, you know, this is the cheaper lower end of the spectrum when it comes to vehicle materials. So obviously the cleanup is a little bit more difficult. But all the techniques that we choose to use get results, whether it's low quality or high quality materials. You just have to do it a few more rounds. You notice here, guys, so what I'm doing is I'm brushing all around here. Don't pay no attention to the stains. Like I said, we're not worried about stains right now. What I'm doing is I'm brushing everything into one area. So I'm brushing it out, putting it into one area, so when Sal comes, all he's having to do is vacuum that one area, instead of me blowing it out and leaving it all everywhere else, and then he has to go through and vacuum the whole section again. Now he's just vacuuming one spot at a time. We're not just, you know, just going in with the Tornador over and over and over and over and kicking up and recycling the dust that settles back down. What's happening is we're isolating it, getting into one area, vacuuming it up, Tornador, isolate, vacuum. That's how you get it done fast. Otherwise, if we just go through with the Tornador, dislodge without isolating it and getting it into one area, it's pretty much all going into the air, and then it's all falling down into the same area. So that's what we want to prevent from happening. Otherwise, you're going to be doing this all day long. This is how you get it done in literally like half the time. Let's check in with Sal. So here we go. A little dark, but as you can see, first round, not bad at all. Already looking better. What you got going on over here, brother?
Working on these seats, cleaning up nice. Cleaning up nice.
What you got there? The drill brush, your Terminator, carpet bomber. What you got? A nice clean Korea towel over there?
No, it's Kirk Franklin time.
This is why we need Kirk Franklin's. When it comes to cars like this, they are the MVP. Okay, so quick tip right here, guys. See all this stuff here? You guys ever have issues with this? You have hairspray, you have dirt, you have grime. Look at that. Dead skin cells. You see that stuff coming? This is fabric. And you see that stuff coming off? That's all grime. Just straight grime. So what you have to do is you have to drill, release it, remove it. Drill, release it, remove it. Those of you extracting, if you're extracting this stuff, you're nasty. If you're extracting, all you're doing is pushing that grime into the surface of the foam, into the fabric. You got to get that stuff surface. You want to get it away. You don't want to get it in. You want to get it away. Extracting, what you're doing is you're wetting it, you're soaking it, you're pushing it in, and then you're trying to suck it out. So you're being kind of counterproductive. So as you can see, a lot of that stuff is not coming back. You're not seeing all that dirt and grime fill up, and then also it's leaving a clean finish. You don't have that slick, oily look on it anymore because it's actually clean. So that's proper cleaning. Look at that. That's how you clean upholstery. And then we'll follow up with the steam. All right, guys, great example right here. This is the entire mat looked like this. Here is just me simply using my hand to remove the pet hair. and then using the Tornador to get deep into these fibers, pull up and dislodge all the dirt and all the grime that's stuck in there. This is a great foundation and a great starting point to do my 3-step PNS process, which I'll spray the enzyme treatment, carpet bomber, then I'll scrub it out, hit it with the Tornador, maybe a couple rounds of that, and then hit it with steam at the very end, and to top it off with finisher. All the links will be in the description for all of those products, guys. If you haven't tried this, use it. This process will save you a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of headache, and you don't have to worry about giving your clients wet upholstery, wet carpets, wet floor mats, none of that stuff back wet. It's a dry process. We've helped a lot of detailers save a lot of time, a lot of money, and a lot of headaches. This is more of an advanced process opposed to actually doing the extraction. You do need a little bit more technique, but when you get this down, guys, this is the way to go. This is the only way to go, in my opinion. Sal ain't playing no games over here. How's it going, Sal?
Coming out good, brother. Steam gonna clean this up real nice.
Easy, right?
Mm-hmm.
Easy. So here's what we're looking at after the Tornador process is done. So now I'm gonna go through with my enzyme treatment, Terminator. I'll link all this stuff in the description. Just gonna go through, give it a spray, and I'm just gonna let this do its thing. I'm just gonna let this work in. I'm not gonna touch it, I'm just gonna leave it. Let that sit. I've already gotten them on these. Check this out, guys. This is just air and me brushing with my hands to get the hair off, but all the air did all the work here. No scrubbing yet, introduced no moisture until the very end. I introduced the enzyme treatment to it after I removed all the dirt and all the dust. So everything else, the only thing that's left on there, guys, is stains. And check them out. So first round, not bad at all. Not bad at all. This is crazy turnaround, guys. It's probably been, what, about an hour? Probably been here about an hour. We still haven't hit the doors, but the doors, that's easy work. That's easy work. But check this out. Look at these seats. One round. Look at those carpets. One round. Well, the carpets were 2 rounds of the process, but we still have to hit it with the carpet bomber. We'll drill brush it real quick right before the final steam. Good old Kirk Franklin carpet bomber. Man, that's what you call a turnaround. With ease. Sal's over here with the bum knee, still doing his thing. Sal, from a scale of 1 to 10, what would you consider this work being at? Like labor-wise, labor-wise, how would you feel? What would you say labor-wise? 1 to 10? What would you say? What would you say this difficulty level is at?
For us and what we did, about a 6. Not very hard.
Nothing. Just all technique, right? Just the, yep. Pretty simple, straightforward stuff. You don't need all the fancy tools. You don't need all the fancy steamers and extractors to get to this point. At this point, guys, we could have a Harbor Freight steamer and deliver outstanding results. But once we get everything to this level here and cleaned up, then we actually are going to start the detail. So where most guys finish up, that's where we just start. So we got about another half hour, 45 minutes. So Sal was pretty spot on when he said an hour and a half. So stay tuned, guys. It's only getting better.
Woo! That's brand new, baby. It's time to go home. Beautiful.
And here we go, guys. That's how we're looking. And we're still gonna top it off, hit it with a little steam. But let us know in the comments what you guys think. Now we're gonna come through. I'm gonna get all these cracks and crevices real quick, steam all this stuff out, get it going, exfoliate all the leathers, all the vinyls, all the plastics, get cleaned up, brush them out, get all the little crevices. Then I'm gonna come through with the steam, and that should be a wrap. We'll have one final vac, one final blowout. All right, guys, so through process, I hope you guys are learning something here, because as far as price point, we got a few pieces of information from the client prior to arrival. I didn't know what the vehicle looked like. I didn't know what condition it was in. I got a few pieces of information. You know, the client said that there was pets in the vehicle. The vehicle was a Honda Fit, so I already kind of knew the generalization of the size. And then also I knew the vehicle was leased, because they're turning it back in. So the lease is up. So general term for a lease is usually 2 years. You can extend that out, but for the most part, I knew the vehicle was small, it had pets, and it was owned for about 2 years. With that information, I priced accordingly. I didn't know how bad a Honda Fit could be, but now we know. But either way, with our price point, where we're at, the estimate that I gave them, we're still coming up way above. Like, so even a vehicle in this condition, this is probably the worst Honda Fit, this is probably the worst vehicle that I've seen this size in this condition. And going forward, that's a good reference point of how bad a disaster could be on a small vehicle. So now we kind of know, okay, hour and a half, we can pretty much knock out anything. And if you guys are still not getting it, understanding and having good process can be the determining factor of whether or not you've profited or you lost money per detail. So we pretty much have our process down to where our processes and our planning, even before we start touching the vehicle, will give us a good estimate of how long it's going to take us, how profitable we're going to be, and how we can schedule accordingly when we have multiple vehicles maybe that are in this condition in the same day. So if you guys are still not understanding the value of understanding process, having comprehension of process and planning, you guys really need to do your work, and you really need to hit us up on the consulting line. We can help you out with that, because this is where a lot of guys fall off. You could be late to your next appointment because you don't know how to set up process and take care of this in a timely fashion. It can hurt your profits, it can hurt your labor efficiency, and it can also hurt your resource management. So again, if you guys need help with this stuff, we have our school and training, we have our online consulting, we have our phone consulting. I'll leave it linked in the description below. There's no excuses for you guys to be struggling out there anymore. All the resources are there. We're here for you guys. There's other detailers out there. There's other programs out there. So reach out, guys. We'll catch you guys on the next one. We're going to leave you with some shots of this beautiful Honda Fit. Can't forget either, prior to steaming, drop one of these in the tank. She has pets, so she needs that the air quality reset. Before we start the steaming process, I'm gonna drop in this bio bomb for this air quality reset. It's gonna dissolve into the water tank. Freshen this thing up even more. You can catch these linked in the description below, also at our detail shop. We even got a discount code for you. Go check them out. Bio bombs.